For the 100% cheapest coins on the internet with reliable delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor MMOEXP by clicking the link at the top of the description and use code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. AK, let's go. Come on, give me 6. Socials and family and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 21 video on the channel, and in today's video we're gonna be going over a cheeky method you guys can use to get 50 players absolutely free. Now this isn't by using solo challenges, this is actually by using the sets. I'm really excited to share this one with you guys in today's video. Now before we get into this one, let me get a who dat down below in the comment section. My boy AK going for 6 TDs. Are you serious? I need to get his jersey for sure. But yeah, hopefully you guys do enjoy this method. If you do, leave a like down below, hit that sub button if you are new to the channel. We post bangers every single day, helping you build the best Madden Ultimate team possible, so hit that sub button so you don't miss out on it. Shout out to Noti Gang, and without further ado, let's hop into this one. Now the way this method works is we're going to be using the Get a Player pack to basically create these 50 set piece cards absolutely free. Now the way this works is we're going to be utilizing some of our pulls to pay for the initial investment of the pack, and some of our pulls to actually craft some of these set piece cards. Now as you guys can see in the 50 sets, if you scroll all the way over to the right, there is the 50 exchange, which is going to allow you to get these 50 cards by putting gold players in. As you can see, the 81 overall fresh players require 875s, and so on and so forth as you continue to progress up the ladder. So essentially what you're going to do is step number 1, find really any 50 player you want to add to your team. The lower overall they are, the easier it is to obtain. For the sake of the video, let's overview Taylor Mays. The method is going to work the exact same way if you want someone else, but Taylor Mays is going to require 32 of these 81 overall fresh players, and if you guys do remember, every single one of those 81 overall fresh players can be earned by putting 8 of the 75 overall golds we pull from our Get a Player packs. So essentially the way the method works in simplest terms is we're ripping a ton of Get a Player packs. Any elites or power-ups are going to be sold off to pay for the initial cost of the pack, and then any other cards we pull, golds, silvers, as long as they're not rare golds or rare silvers, they will be added into this set or upgraded to a 75 and then added into the set, which is going to allow us to get these 81s very cheap. Now if you guys are looking to get someone more expensive, what you're going to need are 77 to 79 overall golds. At the end of the video, or maybe like halfway through, I'll explain how you can get 77 to 79s, because they're much harder to obtain than these 75 to 79s. But let's start it off by ripping through Get a Player packs, because it's easiest for me to explain this by actually doing it. So what we're going to do is hop into the store, and we're going to be opening up the best pack in Ultimate Team when it comes to value. That is the Get a Player pack. So we're going to rip this in huge volume. I might drop 20,000 coins on these and open up a ton of these packs. As you can see, we get a 74. You're looking for 75 to 79s. I mean, obviously we'll take elite pulls because that's going to pay back the initial cost of the method, but I'll see you guys in a second once we've opened up a ton of these packs, and we'll overview everything you're going to do with each overall, and hopefully we can maybe earn a couple of the set piece cards required to go into Taylor Mays live in the video, and we'll be getting those cards for free. So about 5 minutes of opening later, let's take a look at the pulls. To be honest, I was spamming O when I was opening up these packs, so I'm not really exactly sure how good these pulls were. As you can see, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 of these cards that we did end up getting. That is going to translate to 30,000 coins in spend for all these players. Now, step number 1 is to just make back that initial investment, and we're going to do that pretty quickly. Essentially what we're going to do is sell off every single power-up card or elite player. So I'm going to take a look in here. I'm going to take a look at the prices of these cards. I'll let you know how much coin value we have in these power-ups as well as elites. This is a pretty solid rule. This is pretty common. You're going to get elites and power-ups very often. We didn't really get too many power-ups until the end, but we might have a couple of expensive ones in here. So let's take a look at prices. So after taking a look at the prices of these cards, in terms of power-up value right here, we have about 10 to 12,000 coins. And in terms of elite value, we probably have about 25k. That's mainly headlined by this Junior Seau was selling at about 6k. We had a couple of other solid pulls. Anthony Ferkser was a bit. It looked like the Devin Bush was up for about 5k as well. So when we add both of those up, we're probably making back about 35,000 coins solely off of these elites and power-ups. Again, we spent a total of 30k on these, so we're literally making profit off of those cards. And now we have all these other golds and silvers, which we can get so much value from, and we're gonna be able to get some of these 50 cards absolutely free by utilizing these players in the right way. Okay, so now that you guys sell off all those cards and make back your entire coin investment, what you're gonna do is hop into the exchange sets, and we're gonna upgrade all of our low and medium silvers into low golds. Now, if you pull any power-ups out of this, be sure to keep them because we're selling off all of our power-up cards, and it's important that you guys don't put power-up players into these sets. You want to keep all your power-ups, so all we're doing is exchanging these lower overall core and rookie silvers, and then once we exchange all of these cards, we do the exact same thing with the higher overall tier. So we'll open up this pack, and then once we've opened this one up and we've exchanged all the players, we do this set right here, the 70 to 74 overall gold exchange. Again, don't put in any of those power-ups if you do end up pulling any, and at this point, once you guys have done that, you'll be sitting with only low and high golds in your binder. As you can see, we pull a power-up, we're going to sell off that card, and that's going to give us even a little bit more profit off of this, which is kind of crazy. So I'll see you guys in a second once I've upgraded all of these cards into golds. So just finished upgrading all those players kind of crazily. That Grady Jarrett as well as the Stephon Diggs power-up card that we pulled are going for about another 7k combined, so that's even more profit we're making, which is kind of cool. Again, the point of this method isn't really to make coins, it's to get free 50 players, and the next steps are kind of going to be dependent based on what set you're doing. Now, depending on what set you guys are doing, you're going to need to put in either 77 to 79s or 75 to 79s. Now, obviously the 77s are a little bit harder to get, and you're going to need to get a little bit luckier in the second half of the method, but if you're putting in these lower overall 75s, it's going to be much easier to get these players. So what we're going to do, just for the sake of the example, is we're going to do Taylor Mays. I'm probably actually going to do the Jonathan Ogden one and try and get him for free as well, but for now, let's just stick to Mays and see how many of these we can get done. So we're going to put in a whole bunch of 75 to 79s. Obviously, we just pulled a ton out of the pack. You're not putting in any of the power-ups, so we're going to put in all of these 75 to 79s, and we're going to be able to do this set one full time right here. This is one free card that we're getting. Again, we had already made profits, so we're just going to get one of these cards. We're going to be able to put this player into the Taylor Mays set, and that's going to get us a start on the set. Now, what you're going to do is continue it. However many high golds you have, you're going to continue to put them into here. As you can see, it looks like we have 3 of them, which we'll add to this set right here, add all those players, and now what we're going to do is get even more value from these low golds, because I'm sure you guys are pulling a bunch of low golds out of this, and what we're going to do is hop into the archive, hop into the Superstar MVP section, scroll all the way down to the 76 to 78 overall gold Superstar MVP exchange, and we're going to throw in all of these gold cards that we pulled, not including power-ups. So as you guys can see, you'll open this pack up right here. If you are trying to do the higher overall set, you're going to need to get lucky, and you're going to need to pull a 77 to 78. There's a chance you pull a 76. If you pull a 76, I'm sorry, you just got unlucky. You're gonna have to sell that card off, and there's not really too much you can do with it. I'll kind of go over a couple of things you guys can do with some of the 75 to 76s a little bit later if you guys are looking to upgrade those cards to get some of those higher overall sets done. But let's see what we can do with this right here. We're gonna be able to open up this pack twice. Again, this is just free cards that we're getting, to be honest. So we're gonna be able to get 2 of these. If we were doing one of those higher overalls, again, we would want to see a higher number out of this, as we've got 2 76s right there. Not ideal if you're looking to do the higher overall method. Now, if you guys have a whole bunch of 75 to 76 overall players that you want to upgrade and get higher, what you can do is actually hop into the week 1 section of Team of the Week, scroll all the way down to this set, and you can put in some of those extra cards that we had, like those 75 to 76s that we're not going to be doing much with. So we could put in like these 2 cards right here, and that would guarantee that we're going to get a 78 plus out of this. Now, if you guys end up pulling an elite card like an 81 or an 82 or an 86, you're going to sell that card off and make even more profit. If you pull 78, which is most likely out of this pack, then you can just throw that card into the set. But as you guys can see, we have even more players that we got for free. Hop into the 50 section of the set, scroll all the way over to the right, and we're going to add in some of those additional cards that we had. As you guys can see, we already have 3 players in here. We're going to be able to add a couple of more that we did just end up getting. So out of this method, we're making free coins. We're almost done 2 of these 50 players, or almost done 2 of these 81 fresh players, sorry, my mistake. And then with these fresh players, put them into the set you want to do. So Taylor Mays is the one we want. We're a 32nd of the way done. We almost have 2 of these players, to be honest with you. So we're almost 10% done this set in honestly not that long. If I was just doing this, I would just have my head down, rolling and rolling and rolling. I would probably honestly spend like 100,000 coins on a roll. And then realistically, if we did that, we'd probably end up getting like 5 or 6 cards and make some pretty solid profit off of this. Now, if you want to, you can actually reinvest your profits and start to purchase some of these 81s. So as you guys saw, with those power-ups, with those elites, we were able able to actually make some solid coins. So what we could do is we could realistically purchase one, maybe two of these players with that profit. They're only up for 4K, and we could actually be able to probably get what? We almost had another one from our free players. We would easily be able to purchase probably like 3 more from all the stuff we got from the power-ups. So that's just kind of an alternative to get some of these players for free. I know the get a player method is tedious, but this is kind of a different way to do it and kind of a more exciting way to do it because you kind of have an end goal on your mind, which you're trying to grind to. I might end up doing this for Jonathan Ogden, and we'll see, because I do want to get that card on my squad, and he is very, very expensive. But yeah, just a solid method right there you guys can try out. Definitely good for anyone with a lower overall budget, because it is definitely a grinder method. But from doing this in about 10 minutes, we're going to get 5 of these players basically. So theoretically, this wouldn't take you that long. Taylor Mays is a crazy good card as well. Definitely would recommend you guys try this one out. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like, hit that sub button, and until next time, I'm out. Peace.
So,